Good morning. I am up. It is not early, so I'm not going to tell you the time. But I was going to live stream all day today. I decided I was going to do a live stream. And then I thought, you know what? There's too many things that can go wrong with a live stream. The internet connection and the fact that I might not have stuff to say for the entire day. So today might just be a super long video. We'll see. We'll see if there's any point to it or not. Today, me, her, and Oscar are at home, and we might go out later to take Oscar, but again, it will be to her work because she's got actually a lot of work to do from home. So I'm not sure what we'll do exactly. But I got lots to talk about. What? I thought we were going to your work. Anyway, so yeah, I got a lot to talk about. So I'll get into that in a little bit. I gotta have breakfast first though, because I'm starving. Ooh, Hong Kong. Yeah. Anyway, later. Okay, let me just go real quick about this. Oh, this Hong Kong thing. I might come back to it as well if I think of something more. But right now, let me just tell you what my thoughts are. So China has passed some law. I haven't read it fully, but I know like roughly. It's to protect national security. And you know when countries put out laws that say protecting national security, it's so vague, so open. It just means we can do what we want if we think that something's wrong. That's all it means. So Hong Kong has been protesting so much lately, the last year or so, because they are worried that mainland China is taking away their rights and their freedoms and whatever. And now mainland China has just come out with this law, which is sort of like, you know, gone behind the Hong Kong legislation's back kind of thing. It's not, but it is kind of. It's just sort of said, well, you are autonomous, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to just add this law onto your autonomous legal framework. And yeah, so basically the protests were for nothing because it hasn't changed a thing. And what I know about China is Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, these three are issues that they will never give up. So, as in, never give up. If there's a nuclear war and there's only one person left and that person's threatened, like, don't try and go to Taiwan, don't try and reclaim Taiwan or whatever, that person from the Chinese army will still try to go and claim Taiwan. It is that serious. They will never let go of these three. So, with that in mind, it's just a matter of time. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It's just a matter of time before all of China is reunified. And I'm not sure about the South China Sea, what's going on there, because that part, I don't know. But Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, these three, and those fishing islands that Japan claimed, oh, no. These places, like China's territory, or the territory they claim, are things that they will never let go of. Never let go. So there's almost no point. Like the protests and whatever, the pressure from America, whatever, it's short term. Short term it might have an effect, but it won't change the long-term goals of reunifying all of China. So waste of time. Now, before I came to China, my favorite place in the world to travel to was Hong Kong. And at the time, people asked me, why didn't you go to live in Hong Kong? Why didn't you want to move to Hong Kong? And I was like, I did. I thought about it, for sure. Why wouldn't I want to visit? Why wouldn't I want to live in the place that I liked the most in China, right? So I really wanted to move there, but I always had a feeling, even back then, it's like 2011, even back that time, I just thought to myself, sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, so I was thinking to myself, I don't want to move to somewhere that is going, should I say going down? I don't want to say going down, but what I mean is like people are getting more and more depressed as time goes on, and freedoms are being taken away, you could say. Because Hong Kong, we all know Hong Kong is different to the rest of China. They have different freedoms and different rights and whatever. But we all know at the same time that in 2047, Hong Kong will just be another city in China. It won't have anything special about it whatsoever. So before that time, everything's working towards becoming a normal city. Everything's being, you know, step by step being chipped away, taken away, so that the transition can be smooth. You can't just be like, you're free, and then 2047, like at midnight, okay, now the army's coming in and we're taking control and we're changing everything. It has to be sort of like gradual. And I've seen it, and I know people in Hong Kong, and I know how depressed they are, and I know how, you know, every time they talk about mainland China, they all get angry and they're all like, oh, they're all sad and stuff like that. I just thought to myself, China, mainland China is on the up, right? Doesn't matter how you look at it. The GDP is going up, quality of life's going up, laws going up, everything is going up, right? You may have your opinions on where it is right now and how bad or how good it is or whatever, but you can't deny that it's changed. If you looked at China 10 years ago and look at it today, it's much better. 20 years ago to today is like, oh my God, it's a different place, and you know, and so on. So it's getting better. Whereas Hong Kong, you could argue that it's getting worse, because at one point Hong Kong had like a massive proportion of China's GDP, and right now it's very, I mean, it's still an important city, but it's a smaller number in comparison to the rest of China. So Hong Kong's standards are going down. Before, they had a massive effect on the rest of China. Like, you know, people in Hong Kong were rich and they go to mainland China and it's like, oh, you're poor. It's not like that anymore. People in mainland China are richer than people in Hong Kong, and they come to Hong Kong and spend the money, and now Hong Kong actually relies on mainland China, not the other way around. So the shift in people's minds, everything's just getting more and more depressing. So I made that decision ages ago, that I would just come to somewhere where people are feeling more positive and where stuff's getting better and better, instead of somewhere where people are generally feeling negative and stuff is getting worse and worse and freedoms are being taken away, you know? So I made that decision, and at that time when I said it to my Hong Kong friends, they were like, of course they won't do that. They wouldn't dare do that. They would never do that. Oh, it's too important. Oh, the economy here is blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, maybe, because I didn't know any better at that time either. I just had an idea. And look what's happening now. Protesting for a year or more. Economy's going down and down and down. And no one's happy. Like, no one in Hong Kong right now is happy. It doesn't matter what political stance you have. No one's happy. Not because of what's happening with China, whether it's what's happening with mainland China or the protests or just whatever. People generally are not happy with what's going on. So I think I made the right choice coming to mainland China. Now, will I stay in mainland China? No. But that's mostly because of Oscar. You know, they don't make it very easy for people with, you know, foreign children to stay in China. It's not made easy. So, you know, people who manage to do it, good for you, but it's not easy. So yeah, we'll be leaving when Oscar's ready to go to school, and that's that. So yes, Hong Kong, I don't know, just accept it. There's nothing you need to change. You can either get out of Hong Kong or just accept the change, because Hong Kong was always part of China, wasn't it? We'll see what happens with Taiwan, how long that takes. But honestly, that's heading the same way. Once Hong Kong's sorted out, Taiwan's next. And there's nothing that anyone is going to do about it, because as we've seen, people just talk and no one does anything at all. So it will happen. Folks, if you're returning to work and your company doesn't have a good, folks, if you are returning back to work, you need to take your health into your own hands, because it does appear that a lot of companies don't really care about people's health, or they just don't really think that the virus is very serious. Anyway, got distracted. Right, so yeah, a lot of companies are telling people to go back to work and not really taking this virus thing very seriously. So no face mask policies, no, I mean, they have the social distancing, but sort of like,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
this watch. Right, they have their social distancing, but it's all sort of just words, right? They're not actually doing much to social distance. And there's some places where you can't social distance, and the windows aren't open because it's cold outside, etc. Blah 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 blah. You need. I can't be bothered. I feel like people by now, if they're not taking it seriously, then whatever, man. Just whatever. Whatever. I just know I won't be moving for a little while until this virus thing has died down. People who are gonna get it. They either die or they recover. And that's it. And then after a year or something, finally, when all the planes are back in the sky and have had their chance to, you know, get their engines going again, at that point, then I will leave China. Not leave, but like travel or whatever. Until then, though, nope. Get your hand sanitizer, get your N95 face masks, stay inside as much as possible. If you have to go to work, fine, go to work, but your work doesn't care about you. You need to take care of yourself, okay? So get your face masks and get your hand sanitizers and just try and not get this thing. All right, Oscar, what do you want? Oh yeah, I got a comment on yesterday's video saying how... Daddy. Oscar's saying daddy now. Yeah. Wow. Again? Say daddy. He's looking at me and saying daddy. It's not quite daddy, but it's the closest he's got so far. So all good. He's learning. Good.
Daddy.
Oscar, one more time. Say daddy.
Daddy. Daddy.
Okay, go. Supermarket delivery just came. We got some milk, vegetables, and I got my breakfast. It's glutinous rice balls with sesame, sweet sesame sauce in the middle. So, yeah. Makes a change from cornflakes, doesn't it? Who would have thought that after being in China, I would start eating this kind of stuff for breakfast? So, yeah, you can never say never, right? Never say, oh my God, I would never have stuff like this for breakfast. Ugh, how can you have warm stuff at breakfast time? Well, yeah. Hillary just told me on the 29th of May, her work is having a dessert tasting day because they are choosing which desserts they're going to sell in their new cafe. And I was like, you're having a dessert tasting day? And it's all, you know what, in their company, majority are women. Now, I'm not, anyway, I am going to say, in China, the majority of women don't like to eat sweet stuff and don't like to indulge in like desserts and that sort of stuff. Because not everyone, can't say everyone, but a lot of people, regardless of their figure, they are conscious of their figure and are on a diet or not allowed to eat certain things because they don't want to change their figure, etc. Blah blah blah. It's like quite fussy. And I'm like, you're having a dessert tasting a dessert tasting day. You need to invite me. Like, I have to go. So I think I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna find a way to get invited to the dessert tasting day because they can't choose desserts. They don't even eat desserts. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Over the next few days, gotta work myself into this dessert tasting day and go there and enjoy some desserts. Oh yeah, and how's it going? Like I said, I was gonna live stream the whole day, but since I didn't, I figured I would just record the entire day. All the boring parts, all the fun parts, everything in between, just record everything. Today's gonna be a long video. Tomorrow will be a short one, he says. It's raining like crazy outside, so I think we won't be going out today. Righties, we are ready to get out of here. We're gonna go out and take Oscar to same place as yesterday, Hillary's work. And this time, his little friend is gonna be there. His little friend is Hillary's colleague's daughter. So she is 6? I don't know, 5 or 6. She's really tall for 5 or 6. And yeah, Oscar and her like to run around like crazy little animals. So we're gonna let him go there, play, come back, hopefully have a nap, and then the day's like almost done. Crazy. So remember it was raining. Well, the place is almost dry already. And right now we are heading out to Hillary's work, like I said. Oscar and Hillary behind me. I'm left carrying the bag. My favorite job in the world, yay. As always, the weather is amazing after the rain. Right now is the post-rain weather. Nice clouds, blue sky. You get this weather either if it rains or if it's windy, that's it. Otherwise it's just grey. So happy for the rain. It's hot. Coffee number 4 or 5, I forgot. No sleep tonight. We are back home now. I have had too much coffee, I think. So I think for the rest of the evening, I'm just gonna have water to sort of wash out the coffee effect. Otherwise tonight is gonna be horrible. Not gonna get any sleep whatsoever. All right, yeah, so I think I asked in yesterday's video, what's your favorite coffee? Or did I? Am I dreaming that? Maybe I asked, maybe I didn't, I forgot. But, too much coffee today, too much coffee today. All right, I'm gonna come back to you in a bit once I've calmed down. I'm seeing that all the news is talking about Hong Kong, which is kind of interesting. I'm learning a bit more about what exactly is going on, but you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's like, everyone likes Hong Kong. No one wants Hong Kong to, you know, no one wants Hong Kong to have to go through this. But at the same time, we all know, and we always knew that Hong Kong is part of China. And even when it was under British rule, it was still part of China. It was under, like, you know, the special arrangement. So it was still part of China, leased to Britain or whatever. It was always part of China and would always, at some point, end up going back to China. How that happened, that was always in the air. We didn't exactly know, but you know, it's like if you lend someone something for a long time, doesn't matter how long it is, when it's time to give it back, you can't then say, well, I can give it back to you only if you wash it every Sunday. It's like, it's mine. I can do what I want, right? Think about it like that. As horrible as that sounds, that's what it is. That's what's going on. So Hong Kong can't do anything about that. People in Hong Kong need to make that decision. Are they going to stay or are they going to go? That's it. That's the only decision they've got. Protesting isn't going to help. China has a lot more police than Hong Kong, and if they need to, they'll just bring the police from the rest of China to manage the 8 million people in Hong Kong. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's sad, but it is what it is. But the Hong Kong people, they all know they can stay or they can go. If they choose to stay, then just embrace it and accept it. If they choose to go, then have a good one. Enjoy your life in whatever country you choose to go to. I'm sure you're welcome in, you know, the majority of the world. I don't think anyone has a bad thing to say about people from Hong Kong. So, yeah. Next is Taiwan. Ooh, now that one won't be as easy as Hong Kong because there's no agreement in place right now. So, we'll see what happens. But that, I'm sure that's going to happen in the next, you know, before the 2025 Made in China time, we're going to see some action on Taiwan. And once again, the world is going to be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. But no one's actually going to do anything, so... Anyway, the China issue. Let's see if Oscar wants to eat some more of this. It's a, I don't know, special kind of dumpling. Oscar, wanna eat more? Oscar? No? This one? This one? Oscar? This one? Ah. Ah.
No.
Okay. This is one half of Hillary's sushi dinner. I didn't get sushi. I instead ordered something which I'll show you in a little bit. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. I'm so sorry. Damn, I couldn't resist. Okay, I'll tell you what I got. I got a burger, 4 chicken wings, a chicken leg, fries, Coca-Cola, and a McFlurry. Oh, 2 McFlurries. Hillary's gonna eat one. But yeah, damn. Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Right, it's the end of the day. It is after midnight, nearly 1 o'clock, and Oscar's finally asleep. So I am getting ready to go to bed as well. I'm gonna finish watching one more Gary Vee and then edit today's video, and I'm off to sleep. Hope you're all having a good day, and I hope the lockdowns are ending soon where you are. If they are, remember you have to stay safe because no one cares about you. So you have to make sure that you care about yourself. Governments around the world now just seem to be bothered about how they look and not bothered about people's lives. So yeah, just take care. And hopefully, if you don't die, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, that's a bit dark. All right, see you tomorrow.